Chairman Keeble and members of the committee, good afternoon. My name is Radhika Rajan, and I'm here to testify against House Bill 7764. I'm a Rhode Island State resident and a first-year medical student at Warren Alpert. I'm speaking today as an advocate for the National Asian Pacific American Women's Forum, or NAPAWF. We are committed to advancing social justice for Asian American and Pacific Islander women and girls, and we have also submitted a written testimony as an organization to you today. I am also a proud member of Brown's chapter for Medical Students for Choice. In the future, I hope to provide comprehensive reproductive health care for a diverse group of patients from a multiplicity of backgrounds. I seek to empower individuals to make the healthiest reproductive choices for themselves. I hope to provide all relevant care and resources for my patients, including the access to safe abortions. I oppose House Bill 7764 because it jeopardizes a patient's ability to access reproductive health care services, and it requires healthcare providers to police a patient's reason for seeking an abortion. This bill is often based on offensive stereotypes about the Asian American community, and it opens a door for further intrusion into the doctor-patient relationship. House Bill 7764 creates liability for healthcare providers. By threatening doctors with lawsuits, fines, and suspension or revocation of their license, this bill is putting doctors in the position of policing their patients for the government. Patients must be able to trust their doctors to keep their personal information confidential. However, House Bill 7764 will have a contradictory effect on doctors' abilities to have an open and honest conversation with their patients. If this legislation is in place, many of my future patients may not be comfortable sharing vital information that is critical to their medical care. These so-called sex-selective abortion bans are based on the offensive idea that Asian Americans don't value the lives of their female children. Not only is this assumption ugly, it is groundless. According to a recent study that has been provided for you today, Asian Americans are actually having more girls on average than white Americans. This serves to perpetuate harmful stereotypes about families like my own. My parents immigrated to the United States from India about 25 years ago, primarily so that their children, regardless of their gender, would have access to the economic and educational opportunities that exist in this country. My parents are just as proud of me, their daughter, and just as supportive of my accomplishments as they are of my younger brother. The Asian American community is made of many, many families like my own, and we value all of our rights to live and flourish, which includes the access to quality health care free of discrimination and offensive stereotyping. Asian Americans and other people of color are leading growth and change in Rhode Island, yet certain communities face extreme language barriers and live in poverty. Since there is no clear way to know why a patient makes a decision to terminate a pregnancy, this bill will require providers to fall back on cultural stereotypes or outward appearances of people to examine patient decision-making. When anyone comes into my office seeking an abortion in the future, how could I possibly determine their reasons for doing so? This legislation places the onus on me and fellow physicians to make rash assumptions about my patients, their backgrounds, their intentions, and their politics. This bill is not the way to address discrimination against women and girls. Banning certain abortions will not provide any real solution to gender discrimination and does nothing to address its root cause. Our time and effort should be focused on improving access to health care, child care, education, and pay equity, not the restriction of reproductive rights. Please stand with the healthcare providers and the Asian American community and vote down House Bill 7764.